Hello, welcome to Creating Connections with Wendy Warren. Today we're going to be talking about spinal breathing. This is a wonderful technique that I teach to a lot of my clients to help move energy in the body. So this is something that you can do on your own on a regular basis and is really helpful for relieving tension in areas of the body. As we go through, I'll show you how you can direct the energy to a certain area and literally help relieve physical tension without manipulating the tissues at all. And just helps connect you to all it is and bring all of that power to you to relieve tension within your body. And I'll also show you how you can send it out into the world. All right, so what you need to do to get started is to find yourself a nice chair to sit in. I have a pillow here behind me so that it helps me sit up nice and straight, and my feet are straight on the floor, nice and flat on the ground, bare feet. Um, and just finding a chair that you feel like you can sit comfortably in. Your feet actually touch the ground. I have a problem with that in some chairs, but so nice and solid. So first of all, we're going to start with just having those feet on the ground. I like to close my eyes. I'm going to have my eyes closed for much of this video here just because it helps bring your attention internally to help move the energy. So getting yourself situated, not really worrying about how you're breathing yet, not worrying too much about your posture. We're going to start here with the bottom of your feet. So I invite you to just start to notice the bottom of your feet. Just breathe easy and normally. Just notice, what do the bottom of your feet feel like? Are they touching carpet, tile, linoleum, wood? What does that texture feel like? Does it have a temperature to it? Just really bringing your attention to the full length of the bottom of your feet, right at the bottom there. And on your next inhale, start to imagine that you're drawing energy with that inhale up through the bottom of your feet and into your lower legs. So you're just drawing it up and into your knees. And I find it's helpful to just put your hands right on your knees, maybe on the outsides, just sort of as a point to draw the energy towards. So again, just breathing in whatever pattern feels good for you, but deeper breathing. It's helpful to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth as you're trying to move energy. Here we go. So you really start to feel the energy flow between the bottom of your feet and your hands at the outsides of your knees. So you can continue just breathing there until you feel that. If you want to pause the video until you get to that point and then restart, that's entirely appropriate. And what you're doing is imagining that you're drawing energy from deep into the earth and bringing it up through the bottom of your feet, along your lower legs and into your knees by your hands. And now on your next inhale, bringing your hands slowly along the outsides of your legs, along your IT bands, and up to your hips. And now we're going to be imagining that energy drawing all the way up into your hips. So you may find that you want to trace that pattern again, one or more times. Sometimes you may feel, if you're having a hard time, that you need to put one hand on your knee, right hand on left knee, and then left hand pulling up along the outside of the left leg. Doing that until you feel like that's strong, and then you can switch and do the other side. Again, pausing this video at any point so that you feel like you have that energy flow going, and remembering that the power of your imagination is so strong that just by imagining the energy traveling along that path, you're literally helping it move. So now that we have the energy drawn up into our hips, and it's this constant flow, it's coming up from the bottom of your feet, through your legs, through your knees, through your thighs, into your hips. And as that flow continues to come up with every breath, start to notice how the energy is moving in your pelvis. So between your hip bones where you have your hands, out towards the front of your body and your low belly, back towards your sacrum and your low back. And for me, it starts to feel like the energy is swirling. Usually it occurs to me as counterclockwise, but there's really no direction that it has to go. I would invite you just to notice how the energy is moving in your body today, and just observe it and let it be. So now we've got that energy really moving in your pelvis. I'd invite you now to sort of move your pelvis back and forth, like tipping backwards and forwards until you find a place where it feels like you're really settled and solid. You have a nice solid seat. So your feet are firmly on the ground and your sits bones are firmly on your seat. You may even want to just push yourself up and kind of resettle until you're like, oh yeah, that feels good. It feels settled, it feels solid. And then on your next inhale, continue to bring that energy up. Notice it again at the bottom of your feet. Drawing into your pelvic bowl, swirling around in there. Beautiful circular energy. And now start to invite that energy up your spine. So this is why I really call it spinal breathing, because you're imagining that energy flow moving up your spine. All right, it's coming from that pelvic bowl area, the base of your spine, your tailbone, and you're drawing it up your spine. Let's see if you can get it to come up to your throat. So inhale, draw it up. Exhale, just let it go where it needs to go. Don't worry about it there. Bringing it up again. And while your attention is mostly on your spine at the moment, you're still drawing it all the way up from the bottom of your feet. So bringing it up. And what we eventually do is, you may see if you have your eyes open from my hands, I'm pulling it up. And then when it gets to my throat, it's like an exhale that goes out through the crown of my head and comes down. Like the energy falls down to the earth. Now you may find that you're not able to get it up here to your throat yet. It feels like it's stuck somewhere. So just noticing if that's the case. If it's not, just keep breathing like that and we'll catch up with you. But for those of you who may feel like it's getting stuck, start to notice where that is. It's like it might be a feeling that, oh, it doesn't go past solar plexus chakra here, right? Kind of at the beginning of your rib cage. Or it might feel like, oh, I can imagine the light and the energy moving, but it feels like it sort of skips over a spot. It might skip over my heart space. Or it might skip in a spot. So it can feel like a skipping feeling, or it can feel like a, oh, I just can't go any higher feeling. Whichever one that is, I invite you then to say it's on your solar plexus area. Just put your hand there and continue your breathing. Really drawing up from your feet. And then take your other hand and place it a little higher than the area where it's feeling stuck. And use this higher hand as an invitation to draw the energy up. It's saying, come on, it's okay. It's safe, it's welcoming, it's drawing that energy up. And the hand that's on top of where it's feeling stuck or where it's skipping is just sending love and light, providing support so that whatever's tight in that area can start to open up. And you just do this as long as you need to. And it may be that now it feels like it's coming through here, but it's getting stuck here. So place a hand there, place another hand up higher. And just listen to your body. Where is it wanting the energy to flow? Where is it feeling like it's getting stuck? So now we have this beautiful energy flow. All right, we've worked out any areas, and I'll talk more about those at the end where it's getting stuck. But just keep bringing that energy up through your nose. Inhale. Drawing up from the bottom of your feet up to around in your heart space or your throat, and then exhale it up through the crown of your head. And I just imagine it like a whale spouting water. And the little sparkles of water glitter in the sun as they come back down. And they go down through the earth, where you're able to then draw back from that well of energy again. So it becomes this beautiful circle. We're drawing up. Yeah. So you can use your hands like I'm doing right now too. Sometimes that helps me to feel the energy, right? We're just trying to guide it. Okay, so when you feel like that's strong, and again, pause the video if you need to until you feel like you've got that really strong, it feels like a beautiful circuit that just keeps flowing and flowing. You're drawing on universal life force energy. You're drawing it to you. And our bodies are really focusing mechanisms for that energy. So if you have someone you're concerned about, if you're concerned about just the state of the world, anything that you're feeling empathy for or um, feeling the need to help, you can do that now. We have this beautiful flow of energy going through you, right? It's just continuing. Oh, feels so good. You have so much feeding you now that you have something more to give, right? So this is the space that we want to support people from. And you can do that from heart space or from solar plexus chakra. Kind of feel where it feels like it's coming from you. Either one is appropriate. And now, as you bring it up, some of the energy is going to continue on this beautiful flow, and some of it is going to shine out. Yeah. Oh, feel that. It feels so good. Breathe in. Shine out and send it up through the crown of your head. So you're constantly replenishing the flow this way, bottom of the feet up through the crown of the head and out. And you have enough that you can draw it up and shine it out. Yeah, so you can send that out to a specific person, a group of people, to the world, really anything that you want to send it to, whatever feels appropriate. Just keep coming back and remembering that it needs to keep going this way too, right? So you're going to keep that energy flowing and keep that energy flowing. And then when I'm finished with that, when it feels complete, when I feel like I've connected with the people who I want to connect with, and I've sent them all this beautiful love and energy, And then I do a figure eight. So it says figure eight away and in towards your body. Figure eights are very powerful. And just connecting, drawing in and sending out. And then holding your hands on your heart. Feels lovely, doesn't it? So just a couple of notes here to remember that um, it's my belief and my understanding that our bodies are ways that we interpret energy. So when we're feeling a physical tightness in our bodies, it's unless we've just had an injury or something obvious like that, but when we're just feeling this tension or tightness, then we can't quite explain what it is. It's often energy that's stuck in our bodies. And our bodies, all of the cells of our bodies are designed to let this energy just flow freely. But occasionally, we get stuck in our heads and we get worrying about things and we hold and we tighten down and we don't even realize we're doing it. So by working on a regular basis to keep this energy flowing, we're just creating this beautiful conduit that just lets the energy just flows through like it's designed to. And then we have the ability to share it out. So it's really important to remember that when you're wanting to support another person or a situation, when you just give, it's exhausting and it's depleting. But when you do it the way that we just did, where you're really drawing on all that universal life force energy, drawing it up from the physical earth, sending it through this conduit that's our bodies, out through the crown chakra, out into the universe, all that is God force energy, however that makes sense to you. It's like light and bright. And then it comes back down into this denser form, down into the earth. We pull that up through our bodies, and it's like through our bodies that we transform it from being this dense energy into this lighter energy that we're able to then share. And so when you have that flowing so beautifully, then you have all this excess that you can just share out, and it doesn't deplete you at all. It's just, hey, I have this to share because this is flowing so strongly and so beautifully. So I always like to say that it comes through you, not from you. If it ever feels like it's coming from you, stop yourself, pause, come back, and really get back into that. Draw it up from the feet, get it along the spine, out through the crown of the head. And then you have more to share. And it's just going to make you feel fabulous. Thank you for joining me. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, Creating Connections with Wendy Warren, and it's been lovely to spend time with you. Be well.